Hello, my beautiful planty people, and how are you doing today? I hope you are fantastic. I'm fabulous. Still in fall mode. Loving it. So for those of you who are new here, hi, hello, my name is Nikki. This is my channel, Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. And for my gluttons for punishment who keep coming back for more, thank you so much. It is lovely to see you also. I also want to say thank you to all of you for spending your time with me. Everyone's time is precious, and I want you to know that I really do appreciate the time that you take to sit down with me a couple times a week and just hang out and listen to me ramble, because that's what I do a lot. But today we're gonna ramble about something pretty cool, so I think it's acceptable. Maybe, I don't know. So today I am going to take you through all of my variegated plants. Anyway, there are quite a few, so I think we probably should just get started. Let's get started. Let's do it. Okay, let's jump in and start talking variegation. Okay, I'm just gonna start with the one that's closest to me. These are in no particular order. I set them all on the table and we're just gonna walk through them all. So the first plant, that's twice today. The first plant that I wanted to show you is this beautiful Philodendron White Princess. Her leaves are gorgeous. Look at that. Oh yeah. So pretty. Anyway, this plant I picked up. There's actually two plants in here. I picked her up last year. I think it was last year. I don't recall exactly what it was. I was in the winter time, I believe, at some point. So these were on at a local nursery last year for, I think it was $9.99. So Paula happened to be there and I was like, oh, can you get me two? So she did, and it has grown substantially. I think this leaf got a little too much light. Oops. She was just moved into a new location, so she might just be adjusting to the different light. I'm not sure. But she's pretty healthy and she's looking great. Her variegation, as you can see, is absolutely beautiful. And it's such a great plant. So it's very similar to your Philodendron White Wizard or White Knight, only at a fraction of the cost. So basically the difference is, so the White Wizard and White Knight tend to have fatter leaves, so they're a little bit more round than they are long. But these leaves tend to be a little longer, if that makes sense. Anyway, super great, easy plant. It's not high maintenance at all. To be honest with you, I usually just forget it's there, which is one of the reasons why I moved it to a new location. It's so beautiful and it's growing so well. She really did deserve a better spot than what she had. So anyway, that is plant number one. Oh, that's another really nice leaf. So plant number one, my Philodendron White Princess. I'm gonna save the special stuff for the last, I think. Okay, my next plant that I want to show you is this guy. This one I've chopped a few times already. This thing grows like an absolute weed. So this is Variegated Syngonium. It is a Syngonium Pink Splash. Anyway, the leaves are absolutely beautiful. Let me try to get in here and you can see them. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? The variegation on these plants is just beautiful. The only thing that I found about them that I'm not like super crazy about is that the older the leaves get, the less pink the variegation looks. And let me see if I can show you what I mean. So when this leaf came out, no, you can't see that. When this leaf came out, this was pink. So it kind of fades to like a, I don't know, brown. But that's okay. it's not the end of the world. It's a beautiful plant anyway. I absolutely love it. Like I said, it grows like crazy. I've taken all kinds of cuttings from this to share with friends and stuff, and I absolutely love this plant. So that is the second plant, my Syngonium Pink Splash. It's gonna be hard to save. I'm just gonna show you what I have on the table. Some of these are pretty special, so. Okay, so the next plant is one that you will be familiar with. This is my Variegated Banana. I got this one a few months ago, and one of my subscribers, Janice, thought that a great name for her would be Paisley. So her name is Paisley. This is her newest leaf. Let me see if I can get you closer. That's difficult. Anyways, her leaves are just stunning. We did have some tricky times with a few of the younger leaves. These plants, the newer leaves, are extremely thin and very sensitive to pretty much everything. But we're starting to get a handle on it. This newest leaf is looking really good. It's got a really nice balance of green and white. I love the different colors of green. It's got like a sage green, like a minty green. It's got a dark green. They're just absolutely beautiful plants. I am so lucky to have this in my collection. This is definitely, in my opinion, more of a unicorn plant. So I am very, very happy and very, very proud of her. So that is my third plant, my Variegated Banana. Okay, the next plant is one that has been a source of a little bit of stress for me as of lately. That is my Variegated Philodendron Bilite. So, when I bought this plant, it had this leaf and this green leaf. So the way that these leaves came out, this was the first leaf on the plant, and this was the second leaf. And then the next leaf that came out after the green leaf was this green leaf, and then after that green leaf, it was this green leaf, and then after that green leaf, it was this brand new green leaf. Am I happy about it? No. If you don't know, these are not cheap plants. Now, fortunately, I got it last year when things weren't quite as insane. I can't even imagine what I would have paid this year. But I paid enough for it that I'm a little upset that it's all green. A little stressed out about that. So I don't know this plant. See what I'm saying? This plant has me so stressed out I can't even speak. Which is saying a lot for me. Anyway, I have a few ideas of what I can do. I've talked to a few different people. Most people say, well, is it in enough light? Yes, it's in enough light. Why don't you try cutting it back to the variegated leaf? And now, the problem with that is that the variegated leaf is the very first leaf, and there's really nothing between. I don't know if I can show you. Hold on, let me try. Okay, let me try to get this up there. Okay. This is dripping on me because he was watered yesterday. This is the variegated leaf, and ignore that aerial root, and this is its first green leaf right here. So you can see there's really not a good spot where I can cut that. Let's see if I can move that. Do you see what I mean? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I already have a giant, beautiful green bilite. I don't need two, but it looks like I may have two And this leaf is looking a little worse for the wear. So basically if I lose that leaf, I have a second green Bilite that I paid a lot of money for. Anyways, enough of that because it makes me sad. So let's move on to something a little more happy. Okay. Oh, next one's a big one. Okay, hold on. Oh boy. If I put it on the chair in front of me. There we go. Woo. Okay, so the next plant is my variegated bird of paradise. Oh, you can't even see that leaf. Look at that. So pretty. Let's see if I can move her back a little bit. So when I got this plant, it wasn't doing the greatest. Some of the older leaves did get a little bit mangled in transit. But after about 3 or 4 months, she started snapping back really well and put out this beautiful leaf here. If you can see that one, like such pretty variegation. And then it put out this one. And then it put out this one. And if you can see right here, let's see if I can put my hand behind it. There, she's got a brand new leaf that she's working on right now. I am so happy to have this plant. This plant has been extremely rewarding. It's not a crazy fast grower, I would say. I probably get a new leaf every month and a half, 2 months-ish. It does require higher light. Birds of paradise anyway, like higher light, not like bright direct sun, but bright indirect sun. It is really important to keep their leaves clean. These big paddle leaves do collect a lot of dust, and as we know, it's harder for a plant to photosynthesize when it has a layer of dust on top. So it is important to keep them clean. She doesn't require as much water as I would have thought she did. She doesn't go through it very super quickly. But anyway, it's a beautiful plant. If you can manage to get your hands on one, I know that they're not overly common, but I definitely recommend you getting one because, I mean, let's just look one more time, shall we? Look at that. Look at it! It's so pretty. So pretty. So that is number whatever, I don't even know what number we're on. My variegated bird of paradise. Okay, my next variegated plant is this absolute stunner. So this obviously is my Variegated Monstera, or my Albo Monstera. This plant was given to me as a 2-leaf, maybe 3 teeny tiny leaves. Like, this I think is its only original leaf. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But this was given to me as a gift from Bryce and Christian from House of Monstera. It was so sweet. I cried because I'm a Sally, and I mean, who wouldn't? It's just such a generous gift. But it has done really well. She just recently got a pole upgrade to this really cool one that I made all by myself with my 2 hands. I know, hold your applause. Anyways, so she's been doing really well. Now that her leaves are a little bit more mature, the white has held on a little better. So, but you can see the variegation in this plant is like beautiful. So that one is almost a half moon, with the exception of a little teeny piece down here. And this is her most recent leaf, which is horrifyingly white, but she's holding up pretty good. There's still some green in the stem, so I'm gonna hold on to hope that she doesn't start throwing all white, because then I will throw a fit. Anyway, I absolutely love this plant. It has grown like a champ for me. I think since the spring I've gotten about 5 leaves, which is, oh Eli, which is great. I'm very impressed. I'm very happy with that. It's just a wonderful, beautiful plant, and she's my baby. Hug her. But that would be weird, right? Okay. Anyway, so that's plant number, I don't know what. My Variegated Monstera, or my Monstera albo. Okay, next we are going to go through a few of my smaller variegated plants, and then we're going to end off with 3 big ones. I like variegation. So this is a long video, I apologize. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you, you saw semi-recently. Oh! And that is my Variegated Hoya Bella. There she is. So this was in my top 5 favorite Hoya video. She's doing quite well. She's got a couple new little shoots here. She's just finished flowering. These are the last 2 little flowers that she's got there that are on their way out. I was just happy that this guy flowered for me this year. The flowers are so pretty, just very delicate, and I love them to bits. She can be a little bit temperamental, but not like crazy. Like this particular stem here has lost a couple leaves recently. I haven't moved her, I haven't changed anything. She's just being a little bit of a diva. But yet on this side, she's growing more leaves. I don't know. I don't know, but she's doing well, and it grows really, really quickly. I've been able to take a few cuttings off this for sharing and whatnot. So that is my first smaller variegated plant. So that is my Variegated Hoya Bella. Okay, the next little variegated plant that I have is this absolute cutie. This is my Variegated Bearpaw. Let me try to pronounce its actual name. Tomentosa variegata. Oh, cotyledum? Lighten? It's Variegated Bearpaw. Why am I even trying? Really, really cute little plant. The variegation on this is just adorable. You can clearly see why this is called a bear paw, and if you haven't seen one of these in person, these little leaves are the softest, most delicate little, adorable, cute, fuzzy, you get it. Anyway, really, really cool plant. This thing has grown like a weed for me. Apparently some people struggle with them. I have not. It has just done nothing but grow and look beautiful. So yeah, that is my Variegated Bearpaw. You shake paws. Okay, the next cute little variegated plant is this absolutely adorable variegated string of nickels, or Variegated Dischidia. So let me hold them up there. And recently I put it on this little piece of driftwood and just fastened it around there with fishing line, if you can see that on the back. And it has grown a crazy ton. So it's actually stuck to the piece of wood at this point. So I ended off right here, and this piece has all grown in the span of about 3 weeks maybe. Really, really cute little plant, and they are climbers. They like to grab on. Let me see if I can show you this because it's super cute. Right here, see, he's grabbing on for dear life. It's adorable. Anyway, so if you have one of these and maybe you have it like hanging or whatever, I have, in my experience, found that it has grown substantially faster now that I have put it on this little piece of driftwood. So I also have just the green form, which I have also put on a piece of wood, and it is also growing much more quickly. So these plants in nature like to climb on things and attach themselves, so I find they do a lot better when you give them what their natural habitat would offer. Anyway, so that is my next plant, my variegated string of nickels on a stick. If you know what that's from, put it down in the comments. So this next one you saw somewhat recently in my massive haul video, and that is actually 2 plants in one, and that is my variegated Philodendron burl marks. So this one I got from one subscriber of mine. This is from an Instagram friend, and then this little guy, who is absolutely adorable, I got from a subscriber of mine. So I kind of put them in the same pot. I think it looks kind of weird, but for now I'm having spatial issues, so they can just stay in the same pot for a little while and they'll be fine. But I find that this plant, the burl marks, grows rather quickly anyway. You can see that it's got a bunch of new leaves it's working on right now. They have a really weird, wonky, inconsistent growth pattern. The burl marks in general, they just kind of shoot everything everywhere and they're all like anyway, they don't have a nice flow to their pattern or any sort of consistency. So if you're one that likes consistent, even leaves and petioles and stems, maybe avoid this one. Anyway, beautiful plant, absolutely love it. So that is variegated plant number I don't know what, my variegated Philodendron burl marks. That's cute. Okay, the next plant I have here is my variegated, I think it's an Appontia, I believe. Really, really cool. Let me get you up close. I don't want to touch it, but really neat plant. So there's actually 3 plants in here, so I'll probably end up separating them out, keeping one and maybe, you know, gifting the others or something. Maybe I won't. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's very full. You know what I'm saying? It's very full. But really pretty. This guy actually grows rather quickly. I have a green Appontia as well, and it tends to grow rather fast. I do have them right directly under a grow light, so I'm sure that helps. But yeah, he's kind of cool and quirky, like me. Anyway, that is my variegated Appontia. I think it's Appontia. I think it's an Appontia. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's very likely. I don't know a whole ton about cacti. Okay, what I do know is don't touch it. Ever. Ever. If you're gonna repot those, do it with like tongs and like 5 layers of really thick gloves. Okay, my next variegated plant is this beautiful variegated, I can't remember the actual name, but it's a Euphorbia. And look at the variegation. Isn't that beautiful? Ugh. So when I got this, I think it was about right here. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. So it has grown all of this top part just since I got it, and I can't recall exactly when I got this one, but this is another one that Paula saw and she instantly knew I would want it, so she picked it up for me and I'm so glad she did. It really is beautiful, just like the pattern. I gotta get you in there again. Just the pattern of the variegation is so pretty. Anyway, these guys get extremely tall. Like, it will just, like, I'm talking like 8, 9, 10, probably taller feet. I've seen ones inside in homes that have just been like towering to the point where they're touching the ceiling and people don't know what to do with them. And by the growth that this has experienced, I can definitely see that being a thing. They grow really, really quickly. I have a plain green one as well, and it also grows so fast. But it's a really, really pretty plant if you like, you know, euphorbia and cacti and all that kind of stuff. And just a really cool plant. So that is my next plant, my variegated euphorbia. Okay, I have a couple more little ones for you. So this next one, isn't she cute, is my Variegated Sansevieria. I'm not calling it a Tristina, I don't even care. And for those of you who are gonna write down in the comments that I didn't call the Bilite a Bilite, I know. But I'm just gonna call it a Bilite when I don't remember, because that's what we've always called it. And everybody knows what I mean anyways. Anyway, so this Sansevieria whalefin, they're really, really cool. It's such a structural plant. Let me get you in close there. Really pretty. So this guy just put off a couple pups that I've taken off of here, and I don't know, I just really like them. It's extremely stiff. It really is like a paddle. Like if you were camping and going out canoeing with this plant in your canoe, you could, you know, if your paddle broke in some freak accident, you really could take this out of its pod and use it as a paddle. There's nobody around to stop me from saying these things. Anyway, really cool plant. I just love it. It's very much like a statement, like a structural. It's almost like a statue. Do you know what I mean? Like an art piece. Anyway, I really like them. So that is the Variegated whalefin Sansevieria. It was a feat to get some of these out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more plants to show you. The last 4 are rather large, so it took me some finagling to get it out. So this is the next one I want to show you. This is my Variegated Peace Lily. Look at that variegation. This probably, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated plants. I absolutely love this thing. It grows like a beast. This is one of those plants that, oh, she's a big girl. This is one of those plants that if you are a heavy-handed waterer, this is definitely the plant for you. These guys can handle water. Even in this size pot, I think this is a 10-inch. It's big and heavy. I could probably water this every 4 days, and he would be quite content with that. Can you even see me? Doesn't matter, right? It's plants. But the variegation is really, really pretty. And oh, I don't know, I just really like this plant. If you have an opportunity to get one of these and you haven't yet, go ahead and pick one up. Even the blooms or the inflorescence is variegated. If you can see that, it's got like a white outline. Really pretty. Amazing plant. I could go on, but you get the general gist of what I'm saying. Anyway, gorgeous plant. Go get yourself one. The Variegated Peace Lily, or another name for it is the Domino Peace Lily. I definitely need to get my hands on the Picasso Peace Lily. If you haven't seen that, go to Google after you're done watching this video, of course, and Google Peace Lily Picasso.
Showing pictures that match.
Apparently she thought I was talking to her. But it did bring up it did bring up pictures. Thanks, Google. Anyway, she's always listening. It's really creepy. Okay, let's move on. Woo! The next plant on my list is this beautiful, lovely lady. This is my Variegated Syngonium, or my elbow Syngonium, and it is beautiful. Let me see if I can get you up close for some leaf shots here. This leaf is probably my favorite. Isn't that pretty? This plant I have cut time and time and time again, and it just keeps on growing. So I think I have 3 growth points in here that are going at this point. There's this side over here with all of these beautiful leaves. This one started off a little slow with these really small, narrow leaves, kind of like, whose idea was this? Kind of like this one. And then they really started maturing into, you know, like this sort of scenario. Beautiful plant, great plant to share with friends. It roots really fast, it grows really fast, and it's beautiful. I mean, you can't go wrong. Love it. So that is my 3rd last plant. I only have 2 more to show you. The last 2 are absolutely massive. I'm not even sure how I'm gonna fit them in the shot here, but I'm gonna try just for you. Let's all pray that I don't drop any of them. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, this is a big gal. So this is my Thai Constellation Monstera. She's huge. If you have been around since last Christmas, this is the plant that inspired my If you don't know what I mean, you gotta go over to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree, scroll back till around Christmas time, and check out his 12 Days of Christmas. A bunch of my YouTuber friends and I put together a video for his channel, and it was the 12 Days of Christmas plant tuber style. Hilarious video. Anyway, we had a lot of fun with it, and hoping to put together something for this year because that was a hoot. Anyway, so this was the leaf that inspired, wait, no. This was the, oh, you can't even see that. This was the leaf that inspired the 5 fenestrations, because at that point this had just unfurled and it had 5 fenestrations, which was the most that that plant had given me up until that point. This guy was a really fast grower when I first got it, and she has slowed down substantially since then. I'm not sure why. I repotted it and then it put out 2 leaves. We do have some roots coming out the bottom again. I don't know. Maybe I have to repot her again. I'll probably wait till the spring now and then put it in a bigger pot after I buy a bigger pot. But let me show you. Oh boy. This is its newest leaf. She's massive. And then she's got this big one as well that you can't really see. It's like impossible to show you. Anyway, it's a gorgeous plant. I love this plant. This is one of Jordan's favorites. He really gets excited when he sees a new leaf coming, and we've been waiting a while to see a new leaf on this one. I think the last leaf came out maybe 3 months ago, and we're still waiting on the next one. So anyway, great plant, absolutely love it, super hardy. This plant is like the plant of steel. It's been great, super easy plant to grow and take care of, and I love it immensely. So that is, before I drop it, my Monstera Thai Constellation. Oh. Okay. So the last one is going to be a little difficult to get into frame. The pot is not as big, but the plant is a little crazy. So this is my Philodendron Florida Beauty. So the Florida Beauty is the variegated version of the, some people call it a Philodendron Florida, or I think it's pedatum. I think it's a pedatum. I don't remember. Anyway, so if you hear the term Florida Beauty, that refers to the variegated version. Anyway, super stunning plant. It's got some absolutely beautiful leaves. Let's see if I can kind of get you. It's very big. She's big. There is a really, really nice one right there. Right here. Here. And then it has a new leaf. Ow! Growing in right there. Do you feel like you're at one of those really, remember the old 3D movies back in the day that were like really, really bad? And then they did things like this. And it was supposed to be like 3D. Oh, I forgot I watered her yesterday. Now I'm wet. Anyway, this is probably one of my favorite philodendrons. It is absolutely beautiful. It grows amazingly well. It has this really cool upright, right-left sort of pattern to the growth. They really like their moss poles. Sorry. They really like their moss poles. She has gripped right on to this burlap moss pole that I have. And she is about to go off the top of it. So she's going to need a moss pole here very shortly. And which is going to be really stressful for me because I have to pry her cute little fingers off of this current moss pole, which, you know, it is what it is. It's just a struggle we have to deal with. So I might get her one of those moss poles or make a moss pole that I can just add kind of like additions to. I love that idea. And so, yeah. Anyway, so this is the last plant. I may have forgotten a couple small ones. I don't know. I walked around the house like looking at everything and it just, this is what I came up with. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the, can you just work with me for just a minute? Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Some of these plants I haven't had pulled all the way out, such as this one, and actually looked at it in its entirety in quite a while, and I didn't really realize this one was quite as big as it was. It, surrounded by other plants, it definitely looks smaller. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, seeing all of my variegated plants. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button so that I know you liked it. And it also tells YouTube that you liked it, and it helps to get my content out to more people. So, I will wrap this up by saying thank you so much for liking and watching and commenting and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It is a huge help to me, and I really do appreciate it. Yeah, that's it. So I want all of you to have a wonderful and fabulous day, night, week, month, year. I love you all to bitty bits, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah!